Friends was on the air for 10 years and has gone down in history ever since it went off the air back in 2004. It is one of the most popular television shows of all time and was nominated for 62 Primetime Emmy Awards throughout its run. Even if you never got into the show, you are still stuck hearing about it all these years later because people are still quoting it on a daily basis. And to top it all off, it was announced that a Friends reunion is in talks with HBO, so prayers might finally be answered. So today on Top 10 Beyond the Screen, I'm going to share with you guys where the Friends stars are now. What have they been up to all this time? I'm your host Joss. Make sure you follow us on social media, our links are down below, and hang out with me until the end to watch some common features and bonus content. And for the record, I am one of those diehard Friends fans that can quote every single episode, so don't at me down in those comments because I will throw down. Starting off the list at number 10 is James Michael Tyler, also known as Gunther. Good old Gunther. Did you guys know that Gunther wasn't actually supposed to be a recurring character on the show? The actor has come forward with the real story and explained that he was an extra on set that day and he was the only one who knew how to work the espresso machine. But they ended up loving the dynamic he created with the other characters, so they kept him in. He didn't actually have a line until the 33rd episode, and from there his character just kind of formed his own backstory. So where is he now? Well, first off, his hair is not white. It's actually brown, and he's living in downtown LA near the Hollywood sign and admits that people will often recognize him as Gunther and ask for a selfie. As for acting, he hasn't really been in anything since 2013. He's kinda just living life like a normal guy now. He still keeps in touch with the rest of the cast from time to time, but isn't really into the idea of a reboot. When asked about it, he said, "I don't know if a reboot would have the same weight or quality. It won't even be close to as good as what it was, so why do it? For the fans, Gunther. Do it for the fans." Up next, number 9 is Maggie Wheeler, who took on the iconic role of Janice. You know, the girl who always like, "Oh my god, Chandler Bing." You can probably still hear it, you know, the laugh, the one that sounds like a dolphin. Have you ever wondered what happened to the nasal voice legend? Well, after Friends went off the air, she got into some other big shows like ER, How I Met Your Mother, and Californication. She's created a great career for herself, and her latest gig is voicing Trudy Pickering in the new Addams Family movie. As for her personal life, she's now 58 years old and has been happily married since 1990. She's also a mom. She has 2 daughters named Juno and Gemma. And personally, if I was friends with her daughters, I would go to their house and ask Maggie to do the laugh, like all the time. She probably gets asked to do that all the time, and it's probably super annoying for her. As for a possible reunion, she is on board for it. During an interview with Today Extra, she said, "I think a reunion in many ways would be great fun and a wonderful celebration, but it is unlikely to happen." Well, way to crush all my dreams, Janice. Swiping the number 8 spot is Callie and Noel Sheldon. They count as one because they are twins and they took turns playing the same character. I bet you're wondering what Emma would look like nowadays, Rachel and Ross's beautiful little girl. The twins are now 17 years old, and when Friends celebrated their 25th anniversary back in September of this year, they posted some old pictures from their time on set. One picture showed Emma looking happy, surrounded by Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow. And in the other picture was Jennifer cozied up in a chair holding baby Emma like she was truly her own. The twins posted the pictures to their Instagram and captioned it, "The one where it all began." So what are the teenagers up to now? They are pursuing an acting career and recently starred in Jordan Peele's latest thriller movie, Us. When it comes to Friends, they confess that they don't actually remember being on the show, obviously, because they were babies. And they said that they weren't actually allowed to watch the show until they were 13 years old. But their mom was on set with them every day and said, "Everyone was really nice to Noel and Callie and treated them like princesses on the set." How cool would it be to walk around saying that you were Rachel Green's daughter? I'm so jealous of that. That'd be so cool. I would totally play that up in high school. In our number 7 spot is Giovanni Ribisi, but you would know him better as Frank Buffet, Phoebe's weird high-strung brother, or just high. There's no denying he played the part perfectly, and since leaving the show in 2003, he has had a very successful acting career. His resume is filled with a ton of different movies and television series, some of them being My Name is Earl, Ted, Entourage, and Avatar. That is right, he landed himself the role of Parker Selfridge in one of the biggest grossing movie series of all time. So he's done a lot better than Frank Buffet probably did. As for his personal life, he has been a big activist for Scientology throughout the years, and although his character Frank couldn't have kids on the Friends series, he has 2 twins of his own. which is a coincidence. He welcomed them home earlier this year with his wife, a designer named Emily Ward, and they are one cute little family. Cruising into the number 6 spot is Matthew Perry, also known as Chandler Bing. Now his story isn't as happy as the other ones on this list. As Chandler, he won over the hearts of millions and even got nominated for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series at the Emmys back in 2002, but throughout his entire career he has suffered from a drug addiction. After Friends had its final season, Matthew went on to star in some other things like 17 Again, Scrubs, and The Odd Couple, but he hasn't booked a role in years, and that is because news headlines have surfaced about his rehab stints and sex scandals. The addiction came for him back in 1997 after he got into a jet ski accident and got hooked on Vicodin. Since then he hasn't been able to stay sober, his life is full of drinking and drugs, and he is currently bouncing between hotels around LA. We would be lying if we said he wasn't looking a little rough these days. He just turned 50 a few months ago and he looks like a different person in the pictures. He did appear in Jennifer Aniston's epic Instagram picture where the cast was all reunited and hanging out, but when asked about doing a reboot, he says he doesn't want it, only because he has this fear that no one will care anymore. He said, "I have this nightmare that we do Friends again and nobody cares. The thing is, we ended on such a high, we can't beat it. Why would we go and do it again?" Damn it, Chandler! We care! How do they think that the fans don't care? We care. Please give us a reboot. Halfway through the list, number 5 is Courtney Cox, our favorite over-the-top OCD crazy person, Monica Geller, aka me. If I was a Friends character, I would definitely be Monica. Originally, Courtney auditioned for the role of Rachel, but the producer thought she was a better fit for Monica, and I think it is safe to say they made the right decision in the end. She is the perfect, perfectionist, bossy, competitive, obsessive Monica that we all came to know and love, or you hated her. Since leaving the show, she continued to add some things to her acting resume, like a lead role on the TV series Cougar Town, but for the most part she keeps a pretty low profile. She went through a divorce with her ex-husband David Arquette, but they welcomed a daughter named Coco in their family beforehand. She remains incredibly close with her daughter, who I can imagine has probably seen every Friends episode ever. Good news is she is all for a reboot, or a reunion, whatever. Back in 2018 she said that she would love to do it, but that she doesn't think it'll happen. She spoke with People magazine and said, "I would do anything to be in a room with all those people acting and having a great time, but I don't see it happening. I am personally crossing my fingers that she is wrong about that." Up next, number 4 is David Schwimmer. He played Ross on this series, Monica's brother and Rachel's boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, depending on if you believe that they were on a break or not. Since the series ended, he's had other roles like the voice of Melman in Madagascar, TV series American Crime Story, and currently he's playing Noah Broder in Will and Grace. So he's still acting and he's been able to keep a successful career ever since then. In his personal life, he has been married to Zoe Buckman since 2010, so it looks like he had more luck than Ross when it comes to marriage. And like his character Ross, he is also a dad. He has a beautiful daughter, but she's still too young to fully understand just how big of a deal her dad really is. But he doesn't think a Friends reunion would work. When speaking to Megyn Kelly today, he explained and said, "Look, the thing is, I just don't know if I want to see all of us with crutches and walkers. I doubt it, I really doubt it." Why is everyone so negative about this reunion or reboot? Have a little faith. I would love to see all of you in a walker, a wheelchair. You could be on a deathbed and I'd still want to see you. I don't even care if they all died in the series. Like, let me just see you one last time. Alright guys, in our 3rd spot is Lisa Kudrow, but the world knows her as Phoebe Buffay. Her hilarious character won over our hearts as she played the part-time masseuse and horrible self-taught musician. After the series ended, she still continued to act and even went on to produce, write, and star in HBO's comedy series called The Comeback. She's also one of the executive producers of the TLC reality show called Who Do You Think You Are? But when she's not producing, she is busy booking any acting roles that she can, and she's also busy being a mom. She's been married to Michael Stern since 1995, and they had one son together named Julian. He is 21 years old now, so we can assume that he's watched the entire series by now. But we have another non-believer when it comes to doing a reboot or some kind of reunion. In 2018, she was asked if she wanted to do a reunion, and she said, "It would be fun, but what would it be about? Think about it. The thing we liked best about the show was that they were 20-somethings and they were their own family. Now they all have families, so what are we going to watch? We would watch your families." I was just saying to Chris, I think it'd be just as entertaining to see the cast as parents. Who agrees with me? Tell me in the comments. In spot number 2 is Matthew LeBlanc, but most people call him Joey Tribbiani. If If I had to guess, I would say he is a fan favorite character for a lot of people. His ridiculous sense of humor and the fact that he is a struggling actor who gets crappy roles and just eats a lot of food all the time. After his success on Friends, his character actually got its own spin-off show called Joey. It lasted 2 seasons and then got cancelled in 2006, and we didn't see Matt again for 5 years. But he started to make his way back into acting in 2011 when he starred on episodes. He even won himself a 2012 Golden Globe for Best Actor in a TV series. You can currently find him taking the lead as Adam Burns in the TV series called Man with a Plan. He's doing really well for himself as an actor, to say the least. He was once married to Melissa McKnight, but they got divorced in 2006, but the two of them share a beautiful daughter who is now 15 years old. So, what does Joey think about bringing Friends back? No, and he is blunt about it. He told Mail Online earlier this year, I quote, "I don't want to do it. Simple. I think it's better for people to just leave it." Well, if Joey was my favorite, he is not anymore. In our number 1 spot is the one and only Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel Green throughout the 10-year series. When she first auditioned for the show, the producers had her try out for the role of Monica, but they made the switch after feeling that Courtney was better for it. Unlike the other cast members, we don't really need a big update on what she's up to now, because after Friends ended, she just transformed herself into a big movie star. We know what she's up to because she's all over our big screens. She is one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood and earned a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame back in 2012. Her latest role is Alex Levy in the brand new TV series called The Morning Show. As for her personal life, she has gone through 2 divorces since Friends went off the air, so I guess she is Ross. She is currently single and has no kids. So gentlemen, there's still a chance. And to top it all off, she is the only person who actually seems excited at the possibility of a reunion. She told Ellen DeGeneres that she thinks it is wonderful and that she misses the show every day. So maybe she can knock some sense into the rest of the gang and rally the troops for a new season. Here's hoping. Here's really freaking hoping. They're in talks, baby. That's step 1. Step 1. They're in talks. There is your latest update on the cast of Friends. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and tell me in the comments if you want to see them do a reboot or reunion. Be careful. I'm a huge fan and I will defend this show. In the meantime, let's check out some comments from some of my other videos. AK Liz says, "You convinced me, Jocelyn. I paused this video to watch A Star is Born. Great movie. Thank you." Yay! That makes me so happy. It is such a good movie. Seriously, everyone needs to go and watch it. Pause this video. Go watch it. Brian Juarez says, "Joss, why don't you like Star Wars?" Honestly, it's not that I don't like it. I just never got into it. I've seen the first movie and that was it. Just not my thing. Mark Eidmiller says, "Good list, and I wonder if you knew that the scene in Alien was done in a closed off set and the actors were not told what was going to happen, so the reactions were real." I did not know that. That's actually really cool. Thanks for sharing. Tiffany Benfield says, "I was a junior in high school when Titanic came out and the theme of the prom was My Heart Will Go On. I was so beyond sick of Titanic and that song before it even stopped being shown at the theaters." Oh, I can imagine. It's a good song, but I feel like you can only hear it once and you're kind of over it. Alright guys, there's our list for today. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss another video. In the meantime, you can catch our bonus content. It will start right now. Californication. Nah, that's a tongue twister. Californication? Alright, whatever. Her weird laugh. I sounded like a dolphin.